Everyone, it's Nicole from Nicole Jones911, and I'm here today with Crafty Maven Getaway. And here's the inspiration piece. And to tell you the truth, what I took from the inspiration is just there was a little bit of teal color in there, mixed in with some black. So that's what I'm going to go for, is some teal and black. And I'm using up some things that I had left over from October Hip Kit. I don't finish my kits anymore, and it's really hard for me to put that stuff away not used up. So I'm using some Dear Lizzie paper, documentary, DIY, Jen Hadfield, pink paisley memorandum, and that's also Jen Hadfield DIY. And so I'm going to decide on using this pink paisley memorandum as the background. And the rest I'm going to use as layers. I'm going to try, the only thing I wanted that pattern paper, the Dear Lizzie documentary, was the typewriter in the back. And at the end, I find that the blue is not matching enough. So I don't end up using, plus it was kind of big. I wish it would have been a little smaller, and I probably, would have used it. Now what I'm documenting today, and it's from a comment that I got on one of my YouTube videos. And if it's the first time you've seen me, I'll have all my links down below. And she said, you document a lot of stuff about different things, but you're on YouTube quite a bit, and you started doing, classes, everything that you do. Have you ever documented that very much? And I did do a video, I think it was like a year ago. I think the title of it was "You Get No Comments and One Like." And I kind of talked about it a little bit. But this is a different, I guess, journey in my life. And it's to start giving classes online, which has been a dream of mine for at least 10 years. And like anything else, it takes guts to start, and planning and everything. So I started on YouTube 2.5 years ago, and I was going to start giving classes about a year and a half ago. And anyway, my health wasn't that great, so I just kind of pushed it off. And this year I feel much better, so I decided to just go for it. And I have to say, I just want to thank everyone. The support has been overwhelming. And so this was the first class that I released back in October. It was called Stretch Your Kit. And it's just to get the most of a kit, whether it is homemade or a kit that you make yourself and put together. But it's not just, I give a lot of, tips on how to put the kit together and how to stretch it, but we also make 18 layouts. I have 18 videos for 18 different new layouts. And then now the second class I've uploaded was Document December, which is like a December dailies, documenting every day of December. And I had a Black Friday sale, which I offered it for half off. And as a thank you to everyone, for all your great support, and just in the spirit of, December and Christmas and everything, I decided to leave it at $20 for the whole month of December. I just haven't been able to take the Black Friday off. My husband's supposed to do that in the next couple of days. I was sick for 10 days, and then my son also had a hockey tournament in that. And then, I worked through being sick and everything. So, but I will change that up so that you'll see that on my website. So that's what the picture is here, is the picture of the Stretch Your Kit. And I also started a new website, which is nicolejones911.com. So I took a picture of both and put it on one picture, and I did that with my picture frame app. and then I printed it with my Canon selfie. And a lot of the die cuts that I'm using for this layout did come in the October hip kit, and it's all from the Jen Hadfield DIY home. And I just love that collection. I love the colors. I mean, there's some aquas and teals, and then there's pink, which I'm going to throw a little bit of pink in here. I am going to use a Dilutions template. And at first I thought I was going to use some modeling paste with that, but then I thought, no, just do like a flat surface. So I'm going to take a color from Distress Ink. It's the November color. It's called Lucky Clover from Tim Holtz Ranger. And that's what I'm going to use there. I couldn't find my palette knife, kind of knocking everything over. I'm also going to bring in some colorings from Shimmers, and this is the Oh Say Can You See, and I'm just putting it on a piece of scrap there, and I'm trying to see, you know, which color is going to match up more. Now, on the Crafty Maven Getaway on Wednesday, it's called Free Flow Wednesday, and it's, you know, regular 12 by 12, and just kind of go with the flow with how you normally do a page. And that's usually how I start. Either, you know, before I started scrapping with kits, I made page kits, and I used it that way. But the thing that I don't like about page kits is once you're done with that page, then all that pattern paper goes into your stash, and then you end up with scraps. And I don't like that so much. I like to use it all up as much as I can. So that's why I like scrapping with a kit, whether it's homemade or one that is purchased. And then I use it until it's all gone. And like I said at the beginning of the video, now I only scrap once a week with my hip kits, which is on Fridays, and I am not killing the kits, and it's driving me a little batty. So whenever I have a chance to use, you know, extra times that I can use that kit, I will, because I want to use it up as much as I can. And what I'll do is whenever I put a scrap stash together, I'll make sure to include some of the leftovers from my kits, because I want to make sure that they don't just end up in my stash, because that wasn't the purpose of me getting the kits. I want to be able to use them up. So I use this stencil, and I believe it's from Simon Says Stamp. Yes, it is. I just went to get it, and it is called Mosaic Heart Stencil, and I just use some light modeling paste, and I'm not going to color it because I want to leave it so it's kind of subtle, but that you can see it. Now, right away, I'm going to clean off my template because it's really hard to get off once it's dried up. And that only takes a few minutes. If you do it right away, it's just done. And I just use some stamp cleaner, and it cleans off the templates really well. Now I have to wait for that modeling paste to dry, so I'm going to use my heat tool and kind of help it along, because, you know, as much as it is fun to scrapbook, it's always like you have so many projects that you need to get done. You know, you just want to speed it up, you know, move it along. You know, you want to get her done. And then I added more of that colorings, Oh Say Can You See, on top of it, just so that it would stand out a little bit more. And I was thinking maybe of outlining it in black, but I was too afraid to mess it up. So I mounted the photo with a frame, and it kind of hides a little bit of the photos, but you can kind of get the gist of it. So, and I put 2 frames, one on top of the other. Then I mounted it on a thin border with using the black and white striped paper, and then using the ombre paper from DIY Jen Hadfield. Mounted the whole thing, including the card that says, "Be happy, work hard, be thankful, keep your promises, help others, and love all." And, you know, that's sort of, I guess you can say, you know, sort of my motto, right? Just be happy, work hard. You know, I had this discussion actually with my 16-year-old just a couple of weeks ago, less than a month ago, because he always says that he doesn't like hockey. And I said, well, I asked him a few other things if he liked them or not, and he said no. And I said, well, there you go. You saying that you don't like something, really? At this point in your life, there's nothing that you do like. So, but my advice to you is in whatever you do, school, hockey, your job, always work hard. Be thankful, be happy, help others, and just kind of everything that is said in that quote pretty much. And I said, you'll be a much happier person. And I don't know if my little talk had a really, big impact, but I'm noticing that and his dad said too, that he's trying way harder at the hockey practices. And he's really playing hard in hockey games and stuff, and just trying his hardest. And that's all that, in life that you can do is work hard at whatever is in front of you. And that's, for me, this, YouTube, giving classes online stuff, this is what makes me happy. I love working hard at it. I am so thankful for everyone out there. And I try to help others whenever I, physically and financially can. And it's just a nice motto to have. And I always loved putting it on this layout here. Now, the title, I just want to use those thickers that came in the kit. And so I just wanted to remember this, that I'm just loving every minute of this, so hashtag love today. And then I'm going to make a little cluster at the bottom of the layout. And I'm just using some stuff that was on the sticker sheet, the die cuts. Now, I found that floral was a little too big. I want to bring another floral to the bottom cluster. And I'm going to use that little floral here. I want to use some other of those hearts, but they're just too big. Plus, when I looked at it, I used 2 coffee cups, because that's another thing that I really love. And the coffee cups, the hearts on the coffee cups are in black, so then I'm happy with that. This is where I try to use that typewriter. I'm going to cut it all out, and then I'm going to put it up against the layout, and I decide that no, I don't like it, so I just kind of shove it to the side, and I'm just going to put my title right there underneath the cluster. I thought for a bit of putting it down at the bottom of the layout, but I just wanted to keep it, I guess I want to keep all the darker stuff, because the card is in black and the title is in black, so I want to keep it all in the center. And I'm going to fuss with that word today because it is foam and you can kind of manipulate it. I didn't want to hide that card, so it's going to take me a few seconds. And where I kind of scribble with my hand there, that's where I'm going to do some journaling. I want to mount the whole thing. And of course, I did mount my photo in the center of that pattern paper. Sometimes I just get, I don't know, my brain just leaves me or something, because I go and I mount a photo on the side of a pattern paper when it's so much more cost efficient to do it in the middle, because then you can use it to mat. So what I decide to do is just mat on 2 sides, and then I can just hide that big hole there at the top. So I'm just going to put some ATG tape to the bottom of on the back layout, and then I'm just going to make 2 sides flush, and then kind of have the stripe to the bottom, the right and the bottom of the layout. And the reason I chose that is because I just wanted some of the weight to go on that side, because it just seemed like a lot of the dark stuff was in the middle. So by adding the black to that side, it just kind of pulled your eye, so that it didn't want to try to go off the page. if that makes any sense. I went and found some enamel dots, and while I was looking for enamel dots, I found a black enamel dot, and then I decided that I like that one a whole lot better because it's smaller and it's just fits that bottom cluster a whole lot more. It doesn't overwhelm it as much. So I'm looking for it now. Or I took it out and then I put it back in. I'm going to find it in a second, and I'm going to replace the black heart there, and I'm just going to make it closer to the cluster, and I like that a whole lot more. Kind of balances it a little bit more. And that's it. That completes my layout, and thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for watching. Bye.